What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, it's our main event between the visiting team and the Philadelphia Eagles. Both teams sitting at 1-2 coming into this one. Somebody's going to get back to 500 here in week 4 as away we go. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
Get set, get set. 118, watch out.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. 7 down.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1.
Outside.
Another carry for him. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
118, watch out.
Purdy on first down. The Commanders' rush brings him down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Yellow. 118, watch out.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. His first throw is an interception. And the Commanders will take over as he reports his first interception of our season. Well, we all know this is a player who's proven that he can weather an early setback and soldier on. It's going to be tested again after his first series ends in an interception.
Yeah, that's right, Kate. You don't get mentioned as one of the league's better passers if you can't shake off an early turnover. Now, his defense got to pick him up.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. That one's complete, right side. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing him a loss. First play of the game.
It's a loss of a yard.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Back now, pressure coming. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That was Terry McLaurin on the target. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Eagles will take over as he reports his first interception of our season.
Intercepted. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
Get set, get set. 118, yellow.
Purdy setting up that play action. Caught by the tight end, running the corner. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. It's like you always say, right back to work for him. Getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game. And you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, here who've got to have short memories. You tell me these two defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock him backwards.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Yellow.
Pretty throwing here on first. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 16.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Purdy, a quick throw, complete. And he stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be first and goal now.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Outside. 18. Yeah. Up.
Dive play straight ahead. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. 1 yard on the carry.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead run. It went to a secondary ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Get set. 18. Watch out.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Setting up the screen. No luck. He tried. He was fighting, but they send him backwards on 3rd and goal.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down. Jake Elliott on for the field goal.
1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Couple of zeros on the board right now. More from Philadelphia coming up in just a moment. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They'll have a chance to take the lead here as they line up for the field goal. Elliott connects there. And they're able to get 3 points off that turnover.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. Robbed by the first on that 1st down run. So the run goes backwards. What do you think, Brock? Is it time that they start getting a little more aggressive, take some more risks offensively?
Not in my book. You've got to earn that right. I think a lot of play callers feel that same way, too. I mean, you get to earn the right to be aggressive and take shots when you can do the basics, like, I don't know, run for a positive gain.
They call it 1, maybe 2 yards at the end, Brock. It's 3rd down.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door, bigger gap in the future. 3rd down here, need 8 on the play.
To the air on 3rd and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that brings up 4th and long.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. That's grabbed inside the 30. What a time to rip off that type of game, huh? Gets him a first on 4th down.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes throwing into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guys a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory. They're inside the 30. To the air now on 1st and 10. He completes it in traffic. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. And he sails that one over the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now they have 3rd and short.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
Slot man's in motion right. Here he is on 3rd and short. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
So the field goal team stays sidelined. They're going to go for this. They'll throw for it. It's caught by McLaurin. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
They'll run here. It's Harvey. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal. Right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Throwing off the play fake. This one's caught. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
They'll pass on 3rd and goal. And I'll set up the screen here. It's Harvey. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 4th and goal.
Exactly 2 minutes to play in half number 1. They'll leave the offense out there and try 4th and goal from the 4.
Let's go now. 1918.
4th down, pass coming. And the shutout stays alive in the second half as that pass falls incomplete on 4th and goal.
Well, 99% of what they did was excellent. Right play call, good route, great throw. Just needed to make that catch. That's a situation you expect your guys to convert every time.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10.
Outside. 18.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And this is a tough one. Right back at his own 2-yard line for the loss. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
second down.
Get set. Rise up.
Backed up in the end zone. Purdy finds him over the middle. And he's going to have this one up to about the 17-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
And you keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch out.
Purdy gets this from the pistol. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. So it'll be second down.
Jeez, with each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative this quarterback stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Still going through the 25. And he is persuaded to go out of bounds just as he gets this up past the 30-yard line. They'll pick up 14 yards on that one, and that's good for an Eagles first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
New set of downs for him from the 31.
Watch out.
Play action now with Purdy. Headed out right. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up second down.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
Watch out.
Purdy on the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
5 DBs out there for the Commanders on third.
Yellow. Outside. Watch out. Yellow.
On the gun is Purdy. Lofts it deep right side. That's caught at the 25. And this gets the whole way down to the 11-yard line.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Watch out.
From the red zone now. Throw is caught. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second down now. They need 7.
Outside. Watch out.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Makes the catch. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I see the bunch of mean guys in the band and a tie. Going on the west side, giving side eyes. Ain't nobody that I really recognize. Ain't surprised to ride the killer vibe. Probably the reason you die trying to feel alive, but I'm incentivized by in the thighs. Ripping on it like I'm picking a prize. I hit the crib with a collide. But really ain't tripping, we can get it right through the
Third and just 2 2 to go.
Get set. Get set.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles will add to their lead at the end of the half. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere in the football field.
That's no good. The veteran misses one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So after the missed extra point, he is still out there, and he's going to put it back in play. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half. 1st and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. They'll throw to begin this drive. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Looking for the back that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase. Okay, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.